The news at 10. First, the highlights. Lagos State Governor commends President Tinubu for providing support for procurement of additional rolling stocks on Blue Line corridor. President Tinubu to confer national honor on selected legislators. On the foreign scene, protests rage for third day in Los Angeles over immigration raids. And in sport, world number one Ariana Sabalenka blames unforced errors, emotions for French Open final defeat to Coco Gauff. Now the details. I am Dele Agadumo. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has commended President Bola Tinubu for providing the support for the procurement of additional rolling stocks on the Blue Line corridor to make transportation faster and more efficient for commuters in the state. Governor Sanwo-Olu stated this at the official unveiling and handover of the newly acquired 3 sets of car trains with 4 coaches each to the Lagos Area Metropolitan Transport Authority, LAMATA, and the rail managers. Sanwo-Olu, who was accompanied by the managing director of LAMATA, Abimbola Akinjo, and other cabinet members, said the new additions will ensure a reduction in journey time, more reliable and predictable train experience, with the trains arriving at the stations every 10 or 15 minutes going forward.
Mr. President also deemed it fit, and we're very grateful. We've expressed it before, to have supported us financially extensively in the procurement of this additional rolling stock. And so now you can see that his agenda is working, and is working very well for us in Lagos State, because what this means is that people that hitherto will have relied on bus transactions or bus means of movement, or even our train, but they will say that it takes a long time once you miss a train for it to come back. Now the trains come quicker and faster than what.
Our correspondent Adiola Akindele quotes Governor Sanwo-Olu as promising Lagos residents of more purposeful governance, anticipating additional rolling stocks on the Red Line rail before the end of next year to reduce transportation costs on the train. The Lagos State Health Management Agency, LASHMA, has encouraged students of Lagos State University of Technology, LASUSTECH, to take full advantage of the Dele Agadumo Health Insurance Scheme for better access to healthcare. Speaking during a sensitization event at the LASUSTECH campus in Ikorodu, LASHMA's Permanent Secretary, Emmanuela Zamba, emphasized the importance of health coverage for students. Represented by the agency's head of sales and marketing, Uche Igweonya, Zamba praised the university for enrolling both staff and students on the Dele Agadumo scheme, saying it shows a commitment to their overall well-being. She noted that with the increasing academic pressure and lifestyle changes among students, unexpected health issues can arise, making insurance coverage not just beneficial but essential. Lagos State Commissioner for Wealth Creation and Employment, Akinyemi Ajibotafe, has received a delegation from the GIZ Sky project on a courtesy visit aimed at deepening collaboration with the state government in the area of youth training and employment. Speaking during the visit, Ajibotafe, who was represented by the permanent secretary in the ministry, Wasiu Olayinka, commended the GIZ Sky team for its ongoing support and commitment to youth development initiatives in Lagos State. He noted that the ministry remains focused on implementing programs that align with the Themes Plus developmental agenda of the present administration, particularly in the areas of job creation and youth empowerment. The team from G's Sky, led by the component manager for employment promotion, Jokik Svetlana, expressed appreciation to the state government for its continued partnership and support, noting that J's Sky remains committed to fostering sustainable employment for young people through skills development, training, and inclusive employment promotion. Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC) has inaugurated a tree planting campaign aimed at promoting environmental sustainability and community development in the Niger Delta region. The campaign started with a stakeholders meeting in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, to create awareness and spur behavioral changes as part of the activities marking this year's World Environment Day. Speaking on the occasion, NDDC Director of Environmental Protection and Control, Onoha Obeka, assured stakeholders that the Commission is committed to enhancing biodiversity, mitigating climate change, and improving the quality of life of the people in the region. Obeka also commended the stakeholders who volunteered for the cause, urging them to remember the importance of environmental stewardship and collective action in creating a more sustainable future for the Niger Delta. He emphasized the importance of tree planting in addressing critical issues that contribute to environmental degradation, including the lack of eco-friendly practices, deforestation, and unethical business practices. The Nigerian Railway Corporation (NRC) has extended its special Eid al-Kabir train service on the Lagos-Ibadan and Abuja to Kaduna standard gauge routes in response to rising passenger demand. This follows the overwhelming success of earlier special trips operated on June 5, which recorded full bookings and heavy commuter traffic. The additional trips are scheduled for Monday, June 9, and are aimed at easing the return journey for festive travelers. The updated timetable shows departures from Lagos to Ibadan at 8 a.m., 1:55 p.m., an additional trip, and 4:46 p.m., with the last reflecting a shift from the usual 4 p.m. departure. For the return leg, Ibadan to Lagos trains departure was scheduled for 8 a.m., 11, 3 a.m. additional trip, and 4 p.m. Now to the rest of the stories. President Bola Tinubu is set to confer national honors on selected legislators in commemoration of 2025 Democracy Day. The House spokesman, Akin Rotimi, who confirmed this, said the leadership and members of the House of Representatives will participate in a special joint sitting of the National Assembly on Thursday, June 12. Rotimi said President Tinubu, who is expected to be the special guest of honor, will address the joint sitting of the legislators. He said the theme for this year's celebration is 26 years of democracy, renewing our commitment to national development. The lawmaker noted that the joint sitting underscores the pivotal role of the National Assembly in safeguarding democratic values, fostering accountability, and advancing national development over the past 26 years of uninterrupted civil rule. He urged Nigerians to embrace the spirit of Democracy Day as a time for reflection, renewed patriotism, and commitment to building a more inclusive, prosperous, and united nation. The National Correctional Service says 59,786 inmates have so far been enrolled in the National Identity Number registration exercise currently underway across custodial centers nationwide. The service, in a statement signed by its spokesperson, Umar Abubakar, noted that the figure represented approximately 74% of the country's total inmate population of 80,879. According to the statement, the registration of the remaining inmates is actively in progress, and mechanisms have been put in place to ensure its seamless completion. The registration, conducted in collaboration with the National Identity Management Commission, is part of an ongoing effort to integrate inmates into Nigeria's national identity database. The service said the process was progressing steadily, adding that mechanisms had been put in place to ensure the registration of the remaining inmates was completed. Now to foreign news. Protests against federal immigration raids in Los Angeles have entered their third day, with growing unrest, prompting authorities to declare downtown LA an unlawful assembly zone. Demonstrations, which began as peaceful gatherings, escalated over the weekend into violent confrontations between protesters and law enforcement. Police report that several vehicles were set ablaze and there have been isolated incidents of looting in the downtown area. A British photojournalist covering the protest was injured after being struck by a sponge bullet fired by police. His condition has not yet been disclosed. President Donald Trump weighed in on the situation late Sunday, declaring on social media that things look really bad in LA and called for military intervention. The president has already ordered the deployment of the National Guard to Los Angeles, a move strongly opposed by California Governor Gavin Newsom, who has called for de-escalation and dialogue instead. Now, sport world number one Arina Sabalenka has blamed unforced errors and emotional instability for her defeat in the French Open final to Coco Gauff. Sabalenka looked in control early, taking the first set and leading 4-1, but it unraveled from there. She made 70 unforced errors as Gauff rallied to win in 3 sets, 6-7, 6-2, 6-4. Speaking after the match, Sabalenka downplayed Gauff's performance, saying Gauff won the match not because she played incredible, but due to her own mistakes. She also cited windy conditions and said she did not handle the pressure well mentally. Meanwhile, Gauff was gracious in victory, thanking her team and the French crowd after securing her first Roland Garros title. This Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen has rejected a €75 million offer to join Saudi Arabia's side Al Hilal. Reports say despite agreement between club to club with Napoli for €75 million fee, Osimhen says no to the Saudi Pro League club. Meanwhile, Galatasaray will insist on signing him with the race now open again. It will be recalled that throughout his loan spell at Galatasaray, Osimhen has been instrumental in the team's success, scoring 37 goals in 41 appearances. His impressive performance has made him a fan favorite, and the club is optimistic about retaining him. And that is our news at 10. Just before we go, ensure the registration mark on your vehicle is clear and visible at all times. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch your news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration supported 152 businesses and persons in the tech ecosystem under the Lagos Innovate program? Can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has commended President Bola Tinubu for providing the support for the procurement of additional rolling stocks on the Blue Line corridor to make transportation faster and more efficient for commuters in the state. President Bola Tinubu is set to confer national honors on selected legislators in commemoration of 2025 Democracy Day. We also told you that protests against federal immigration raids in Los Angeles have entered their third day, with growing unrest prompting authorities to declare downtown LA an unlawful assembly zone. And in sport, world number one Arina Sabalenka has blamed unforced errors and emotional instability for her defeat in the French Open final to Coco Gauff. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is the news broadcast compiled by Adirayo Idowolaya. I am Dele Agadumo. Good morning. Thank you for listening.